if we sound like shit,
Lean in.
we are attempting. See, but this is what I don't like. It's like
Just get a little. I'm not gonna
I'm,
kiss you.
I have to get close to the mic. We're recording at my home, and we're on my laptop, so the video quality is not great. Is that my camera?
Yeah, that camera only records in 720p.
Ah, okay. But yeah, Trey's here in Colorado for the time being, and so we're recording live. Fuck it, we'll do it live. Don't write it, and we'll
Y'all's
fucking
first
do
time.
it live. Say what?
This is the first time y'all have been in person together, right? Recording?
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah, recording. Yeah, we've been spending a lot of time together.
Yeah.
Since I've been out here in Colorado.
Maybe a little too much.
Yeah, honestly.
X.
Yeah.
We've been playing a lot of tennis,
Yeah.
which has been fun.
Tennis, pool, golf.
Okay.
Like
Uh-huh.
we do active shit. We stay
We
active.
went to the gym together.
I'm not sure why Trey has his headphones on.
I want to be able to listen to songs if I need to play them to remind me what they sound like.
Yeah, there you go.
So, anyway.
Yeah.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. It's Totally Biased Music. It's Blake, Trey, and Anthony. Hopefully we sound okay. Hopefully we look okay. I mean, I always look phenomenal, but hopefully the quality's good. Today we are doing 30 by Adele, which was my pick, and Mulholland Drive, and that is a Trey pick. That is a David Lynch film. Great.
Yeah.
Yeah, David
nailed it.
Lynch film.
Yeah,
And I want to
Y'all are making me nervous already.
I want to
No, I'm just
say
joking.
that, just so everybody knows, 30 by Adele, I would have picked an earlier Adele album, but the category I landed on was released post 2020. So I picked 30, and we're going to get into it. It's interesting. It was my first listen. Might have been y'all's first listen. I don't know. But yeah, initially, start us off, Anthony. What'd you think?
Well, I've openly never listened to Adele. Just it's never come across my radar. Well, I'll take that back because I'll mention something when we start talking about tracks that I have heard Adele before, just not knowing who it was and not really investing into the track itself. But obviously knew of her. I know that she's a big, and I guess you would say the pop scene, but like this is not a pop. Doesn't feel like a pop album. It feels like a more soulful album and a lot of interesting vocal performances throughout. But definitely my first time listening, and yeah, pleasantly surprised. I mean, I had a feeling I knew it was going to be good because I know Adele is widely recognized as being a successful artist, but not knowing really much about her music, I was surprised by a lot of the directions that it went. Some was very pleasing and like very much want to get more of it, and some of it I was like, okay, I can do without that. But yeah, solid pick and solid listen. So assuming you said it's your first listen, and Trey, what about you? Is this your first listen?
Yeah, it's my first listen. I don't like this album very much
Not
at
all at
all,
once, yeah,
actually.
okay.
I'll be honest, this might be my least favorite thing we've ever reviewed on this podcast.
Ever?
I liked a couple.
Oh, you weren't here for Justice, though.
I like
That's okay.
Justice, and I like that Justice album that y'all reviewed.
Nice try, though,
So,
Anthony.
God, you just don't let things go. Justice and Beau's Afraid, two things that we're going to hear about for the rest of time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Definitely. So,
definitely.
anyway, I mean, like, I don't necessarily dislike Adele, but like the song "Chasing Pavements," I remember like watching the music video to that song a lot. Like when I was younger, it's a great song. I just don't really like. I don't know, like almost like this theatrical type of like soul music, and I don't love the ones that are like your more like poppy type of tracks. There's a couple tracks that I like enjoy kind of. But for the most part, this album is not up my alley. It's just not for me. So happy to kind of get into that a little bit more, but wasn't a fan.
Does that surprise you, Anthony, that Trey wasn't a fan?
No, not really. I mean, like, if I wouldn't say this album is up my alley either. You know, like, am I gonna listen to this again? Likely not. But I see it kind of for what it is. You know, I mean, I think a lot of people can resonate with this music, and it's not a difficult listen. Like, there's not a lot going on. It's just if it doesn't jive with you, then it could make it a really long album, you know? But no, it doesn't surprise me.
Yeah,
I mean, the ratings will be very interesting, though.
it just got very boring very quickly. I mean, Adele's massive. One of these songs has 2.2 billion views with a B.
She's very popular.
That's wild.
Wow.
That's
They
like,
build stadiums like overseas for her concerts specifically. They put up a stadium like somewhere in Germany for her concert specifically, and then took it down after the concert.
What?
Swear to God. Yeah.
That's
Oh,
Yeah,
nuts.
that's a real thing. I'll try to find a picture of it later. Um,
that's a stretch, I'd say.
I mean,
That's a little extra.
she's wildly popular. I
She's
mean,
super popular. I
speaking
don't
of
understand
I get
all
that.
why. To be honest with you, I'm not trying to like come in like shitting on things, but yeah, not for me. Blake,
um,
how'd you feel about it? How would you feel about your pick?
it was an interesting
Yeah.
listen. Let me grab the mic here. I went into it like I like Adele. I really love her voice. I really like her a lot of chunks of her earlier albums. Obviously, I mean she's had a number of really popular songs, right? Like Set Fire to the Rain and Hello and a bunch of other stuff. So I really enjoy those songs. I really like her voice a lot. Looks kind of cute there too.
She's got like a whole look.
She's cute.
She's
Yeah.
cute. Yeah, like she's attractive. There's no
Yeah,
doubt about
I
that.
can get with
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I think that her earlier work is better. There are a lot of songs on here that I did enjoy. I think her the motherhood aspect of it was a huge part of this, which I thought was really interesting and actually really cool. Um, so yeah, there's some songs that I really like and some songs that I could do without. Overall, I thought it was a average album, and if the categories were different, I would have picked a different Adele album. But this fit within the parameters, and I'm progressive. Wanted to pick a female. I didn't have to.
I don't know if that necessarily
I didn't have
makes
to,
you progressive.
but I did because I'm progressive.
Sure.
And at TBM, we like to push things forward.
Yeah, by picking women that make
we like
music.
we like to
Shocking.
push the dialogue forward here at TBM. So yeah, let's
Blake's picked a couple.
yeah.
I mean, yeah, you brought Amy Winehouse back in the day, so I mean, you've done your due diligence, but we could always use more. This is a
Very
very
true.
female heavy episode, I want to say, film wise and album wise. But I want to ask y'all real quick because when I first started to listen to this album, we had a long break between episodes, so we had a lot of time and opportunities to do it. It took me 3 or 4 attempts to find the right, not setting, but like my headspace to be able to take this in because I'd rather listen to more dynamic music, but it took me a couple attempts to really settle into this album. Did y'all have any experience trying to figure out how to listen to this?
I had a
Trey obviously struggled.
I had a similar experience where I would start it and I would get bored and I would be like, all right, I'll just do it later. I think this is one of the situations where so much time off kind of like hurt
Yeah.
my ability to analyze
a
the
little
music because I was just like, oh, I got 2 more weeks. Like, I don't care. You know what I mean? Like, I'll get to it. Whereas in the past, when we've listened to things like, I forget, what did we do before All Killer No Thriller?
Anthony would know.
Buckethead?
Buckethead.
No, Foo Fighters. Foo
Foo
Fighters.
Fighters. Yeah, I had like 2.5,
Mhm.
3 weeks for Foo Fighters. I was listening to it nonstop. You
Yeah.
know?
All in.
So,
Yeah.
but yeah, with that, I'll kick off our top tracks if you'd like for me to.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
all right.
yeah.
So my first top track is "I Drink Wine."
Great song name.
It is a great song name. It's also true for me. I do occasionally enjoy a nice glass of red, specifically a Malbec with a nice rare steak.
Okay.
But I like the song because honestly, when you talk about like Amy Winehouse, this song kind of reminds me of like an Amy Winehouse soulful type of little like piano number. It's one of the rare situations on this album where like I liked I didn't feel like the soul was I don't want to.
Performative.
That's a good word, actually. Yeah, performative. Not like, I don't know what Adele's backstory is,
Had
but
a hard life.
I know for a fact that she's got a kid because on one of these songs, it's like a fucking like 7 minutes of her talking back and forth with her little
It's
baby
not that long.
about how it's literally 6 minutes and 29
It's not
seconds.
the whole song.
It's like half of it. Anyway, yeah, I Drink Wine. I like My Little Love a lot as well. This is the first song that I got to after I've tried to start the album a couple times where I was like, oh, I like this. It's a little bit more upbeat. There's kind of a little bit more going on here. Some more, as Anthony's saying, dynamic listening. So I like that track. And then my third track is Hold On. Quit looking at my notes. Blake's over here looking over my shoulder at my notes. I'm going to pull up Slack and go back to work if you don't stop. And then my third track is Hold On. I don't really remember, honestly, why I picked this song, but I can listen to it for a second and remember in like 30 seconds. Oh yeah, the song's like super spacey and like airy. She like does this cool thing where her voice is kind of like echoey, which I like a lot. There's like multiple harmonies going on, so I liked that song as well. Those were the three songs that I liked and my top songs.
All right. So
Bad.
I had for number three, I had Easy on Me. And this is in part because, spoiler alert, I didn't like Strangers by Nature. Go ahead and tilt this. I didn't like
Oh,
Strangers by Nature, and I was like, oh man, this is gonna be a rough listen. But then Easy on Me comes on, and it's like classic Adele. I mean, it's the most played one on the album. It's the 2.2 Billy with a B.
That might
So
be her most streamed song.
obviously, I am not.
Yep.
No, it's not.
Oh, you're right.
Someone like you. Oh, she has the Skyfall song too. That song fucking
That song's
rocks.
actually pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, really like that song. I know it's a little cliche. It's obviously the most popular, but whatever. I don't give a shit. Next one was I Drink Wine. One because of the title name. Great title. Great title of that song. And I do also, well, not anymore. I used to drink wine.
Did
I
you?
used to be a wine drinker. That was my New Year's resolution was like 2 years ago was to drink less beer, more wine. And it lasted for about 8 months. And then I got
Three
over it.
I'm
songs.
about to say, yeah,
Not
how they
bad.
could.
Better than people's gym New Year's resolutions. But yeah, I think it's like it kind of gives a little Amy Winehouse vibes, but it is a classic. I feel like Adele song. And then my favorite song was My Little Love. I think it's very sweet. I think it's great. I think the conversation with her
Really?
daughter is nice. Yeah, I think it's great. And I hope that one day when I have a son, I'll sing him this song.
Interesting.
Yeah, so I really liked it. I thought it was great. Anthony, what do you got?
Okay. Y'all got some interesting picks. I'm kind of I am surprised by these top picks because there's some tracks that I will list, starting with my number three. Can I Get It? You know, it's a really cool blend between guitar and her vocals. And towards the end, there's kind of like a breakdown of the track. I really, really dig it, but it's soul. You know, after listening to this album, there are different like lanes that Adele goes in, but when she goes into the soul world, I think it translates. You know, almost not as powerful as like Brittany Howard, you know, from Alabama Shakes, but like in that kind of direction of music. I really, really dug that track. So number three is Can I Get It? Number two, surprised y'all didn't mention this one, and I hope it's not on the bottom tracks, but A Woman Like Me. It's straight rim shots vibe, jazz vibes, and her vocals kind of complement that really well. There's a very nice like flow to how she delivers that track. So Woman Like Me, really like that. And my number one track. So I'm going to tell y'all a story, all right? And this is, I referenced it earlier, you know, I had heard the track Easy on Me before I ever knew, I didn't know it was an Adele song until I listened to this album. And the context of when I heard it, it's dark and it's heavy and it's emotional. But a friend of mine, her young sister took her own life, and they had a memorial service out at the lake. Trey, what lake do you have a lake house on? Because it's over there.
Lay Lake.
Lay Lake, listeners, you got that? Trey lives on Lay Lake.
No, I don't
But
actually.
Go find him.
yeah, but no. So during the service, this song played, and like hearing this song for the first time through that lens, like floored me like I've never heard a song floor me like that before. I mean, it was just, it's heavy. I mean, the lyrics are super heavy. You know, go easy on me, baby. I was still a child, didn't get a chance to feel the world around me, had no time to choose what I chose to do. Like, fucks me up and still fucks me up. Like, I heard this song one other time before listening to this album in a grocery store, and I was like, immediately brought back to that scene that we were at, you know, the memorial service. And I listened to this album twice, and each time that song just gave me legitimately full body chills. And it's super heavy. And I don't think the world sees the song like that, but me personally, I can't unsee it like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So for that reason alone, Easy on Me is just powerful as fuck, and definitely makes my top tracks.
Nice.
That's a very unique way to experience that song. That's pretty, I mean, that's
I know, and like
cool,
I
but
hate to go there, but like
yeah.
yeah, it's powerful, you know, and it translates, you know, and I think it just it the way that people gravitate towards music, I think, can do so many things. But yeah, like this, I mean, it just tells a story that I didn't even know of.
Yeah.
So
All right, bottom tracks. Trey, what do you got?
Okay. So I have "Woman Like Me" as one of my bottom tracks because honestly, I thought it was gonna be some type of tie-in to "Someone Like You," her hit song. Like I thought it was
Thought it
gonna
was
be
some
like a
fucking
part one, part
Adele
two
cinematic
situation. Yeah,
universe.
in the ACU, I
Mm-mm.
thought that's where we were gonna go, but she did not deliver there. Um, so yeah, the second track that I have, kind of, and you'll hear why in a second, is "Love Is a Game." I just thought it was pretty boring overall. And then that's going to lead me into my third and final bottom track, which is the rest of the songs on this album that I haven't mentioned so far.
So
I'm
fucking dumb.
sorry, man. It's just this isn't for me. Like it's just boring. I do like, especially now. I really don't understand, like, how is this music as big as it is? Because I mean, it's like you said, it's huge.
It's relatable. It's
Yeah,
emotional. It's
maybe.
relatable. It's easy to listen to.
Yeah, I guess it is easy listening if you're like boring or bored. Not boring, bored.
Eh,
But hey, listen, that's not without its merits. Obviously, it resonates, with Anthony in a specific way, like that song especially. Like that's a great example of how it's like resonating with other people, and
true.
set and setting is everything, as our uh, psychonaut
Mm-hmm.
friend Terrence
Our trip
McKenna would
setters
say.
say.
Who?
Our
Yeah,
sitters.
exactly. So,
Set and setting.
so yeah, no, just the rest of it, not really for me.
All right,
Sorry.
that's fair. Here, let me see your headphones real quick
Yeah.
because I need to remember why I didn't like these songs. I
Be
re-
careful, they're Apple.
oh, thanks. I do remember that because you had "Woman Like Me" on your top, right, Anthony?
No, yes, he did.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, yeah,
Which
yeah.
I
It's
will
a
say, I
good
do. The
song.
drums are nice on it. That little swing drum pattern is
Right.
nice. You're not wrong there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I didn't like the. This was on here because I didn't like the pacing. I guess is the right word. Like I didn't like the pacing. I thought it was weird. I thought the drums were kind of like offbeat and jarring in a weird way that like didn't flow with her singing or the rest of the song. So that was a no from me. That's a no from me,
So that's
dog.
Woman Like Me.
Yeah. And then I had
Okay.
opening track "Strangers by Nature." I thought it was first off, it's very slow, and which is fine. You know, Adele does very slow things, but it just didn't set the tone right for me with the album. And I was like, this is going to be rough to get through if the whole album is like this, because like I'm going to fall asleep halfway through. Thankfully, it wasn't. But like, if I would have gotten a whole album of that, wouldn't have been able to do it. And it's the second most least it's the second least played song,
Okay.
most least played.
Gotcha.
And then last one I had is "Love Is a Game." So the opener and the closer of this album just weren't for me, and they gave off similar vibes. Like I don't know, it could be cool in the right context. It's kind of dreamlike in a way, but I don't know, man. Just wasn't it. And to be honest, like kind of to Trey's point, not as visceral hatred as Trey had. Um, but like by the end, I was like, all right, man. Like I'm ready to kind of wrap it up and get to something else. So yeah, that's what I had. Anthony, what'd you have?
Okay.
These are comfortable.
All right.
Either.
So little different approach, but my number three track was on y'all's both of y'all's tops. I drink wine, and the reason why. So I'm sure you guys recognize.
Is it
I think
because you
she's
don't drink wine?
extremely. No, it's not. Has nothing to do with my beverage of choice, but it does have to do with my word selection. And we all grew up in the South. Okay, so when we were riding buses, when our bus drivers are saying, roll your windows up, roll your windows up, right? And
Mhm.
throughout this album, you hear Adele's voice kind of change in different contexts. When she's talking to her daughter, assuming it's her daughter, she is a very English voice, right? And then when she's singing, it's projecting in totally different lanes musically. But in this song, "I Drink Wine," there's a line that reads, "By putting ideas in our heads that corrupt our hearts somehow." But she doesn't sing it like that. She says, instead of ideas, she says what?
Ideas.
Ideas.
Yeah, I just listened to it. You're absolutely
And
right.
that to me is not a no no. That is a no no.
Is she
Because
culturally
unless she's
appropriating
saying it
the
in
South?
She is. We should cancel
observations,
her.
right? I don't know. No, but like that to me just, I was like, that it threw me off totally. That I was like, have you said that before? And if she has, I totally respect it. All right, put it in there. But that did not jive with me at all. So I Drink Wine is my number 3 bottom track. Number 2 is Oh My God, fifth track on the album. Just the vibe for this track didn't feel like it fit into this album. Like, from what is it? Cry Your Heart Out and Oh My God. It kind of tries to pick up tempo, but it just did not do it for me. And then my number 1 bottom track is Cry Your Heart Out. And that song, I don't really jive with the song, but the way she throws her voice in that song, she's like, cry your heart out. It's just not for me.
Yeah.
So there, like I said, there were moments when vocally I was so thrown off that I'm like, you can do this other thing really well. Like, do that, But Adele's gonna make her own choices and do her own thing and get billions and billions of streams in arenas built for her specifically. So
Yeah.
she's doing something right, at least in that lane. But yeah, Cry Your Heart Out's bottom track for me.
Yeah, she kind of is doing this like Amy Winehouse cosplay thing with that. It's like cry.
Yeah, she was. I actually noticed that.
Yeah.
So I'm with you. I also do not care for that.
Are we gonna move on to ratings, or you got an album review, Blake?
Yeah, so I got 2. One of them is not
Do you
loading.
want to use my computer, bud?
Yeah, search Pitchfork.
Just the word pitchfork?
Pitchfork Adele 30.
Gotcha.
Okay, so Rolling Stone, Anthony, do you want to guess? Trey can see it, so he can't guess.
I think I should still be able to guess.
This is out of 10.
No,
Stone
out of 5 for Rolling Stone.
No. 5. Oh shit! I'll say they give this 3.5 out of 5.
So they gave it a 5, and they said 30 is the best. They said 30 is the best Adele album yet. She's never sounded more ferocious than she does on 30. More alive to her own feelings, more virtuosic, shaping them into songs in the key of her own damn life. And then Trey, you got the Pitchfork one. Anthony, you want to guess Pitchfork?
Fun.
Pitchfork. Shit.
Out of
I'll
10.
say they give it an 8 out of 10.
They gave it an 8.2. You were pretty damn close.
8.2? Okay.
8.2.
Do y'all think she's in a lane where like the media just won't like shit on her just out of fear of backlash, or
No,
let's just pump her up?
I think she's better than y'all are making her out to be.
No, that can't be it.
I think that is the problem.
I think she's got the Epstein list, personally. That's the only thing that makes sense. No, I think like they just really like that she's like it's like this idea of like she's an actual singer in like a pop world. And that's always been like Adele's things, like, oh, she can actually sing. But for me, I listen to people that can actually sing, like Trey Anastasio, all the time.
We're absolutely fucking done here.
So, sidebar, Anthony, you know what the Alabama Shakes are about to play that new theater, right? Or new venue?
Probably.
Yeah,
probably.
I think it's like
I'm not
this week.
This week?
Yeah,
I would. They're knocking them down. I think Luke Bryan played the other day or last week. Yeah, I mean they're knocking out shows, that's for sure. And I'm coming to think that's why it was, construction was wrapped so quickly. It was like we got to do this. We got to have it done.
Yeah, they're playing on Saturday. This upcoming Saturday. You should go to that if you are free because the Alabama Shakes are awesome.
Oh, well, I actually have another plan on Saturday. You want to hear about it real quick?
I would love to.
So I'm making a trek up to Pelham, Tennessee. Y'all know what's in Pelham, Tennessee, the Caverns. And my main man, he's not even on the wall. Where is he?
Buckethead?
This guy. Buckethead this weekend at the Caverns.
Hell yeah. That'll be
doing
awesome.
2 nights. He's doing 2 nights, so I'm going to go to the second night.
Nice.
And
That's going to be
see
sick.
what's up. So should be a blast. Yeah, should be a blast.
I don't want to try to screen share out of fear of my laptop literally exploding on my kitchen table. But if you guys get the chance, Anthony or people listening, look up Adele Munich Stadium and you'll see how fucking big it is. Trey, here you go. Here's a view for you since you're sitting next to me. Yeah, better if you pull it up.
Yeah.
Okay, so with that being said, let's get into personal ranking. So we can have Trey lead us off and maybe work our way up,
That's probably a good call, Blake.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just go ahead and give this album for me personally. It's a 1. It's a 1 out of 10.
Oh my god!
Y'all, this was a real struggle for me. If anything, it shows my commitment to the both of you and this podcast by me finishing it.
Is that the lowest rating we've ever had?
It's the lowest rating I've ever had.
Definitely his. I'm Blake. I don't know if you've gone that
I
low,
probably gave
but
Pine Grove a
wow.
0, I would imagine.
No, I think you gave it like a three.
I think that was probably a two or a three.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Interesting.
damn, real biased over there, Trey.
Yeah, sorry.
Um,
It's the name of the game,
okay.
baby.
Anthony, what'd you got?
Well,
What
there's
do you have?
only one way from here. I gave it a 6.5. I don't think it's a terrible album. I definitely, like I said, don't think I will probably listen to it again. But shit, that song alone and that experience I had, I mean, it kind of puts it in another level for me. But
True.
6.5, I think is fair, and yeah, I think it's solid.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm also giving it a
Let's see what you.
6.5. I think Rolling Stone is wrong, shocking. I think her other albums are better. 21 in particular. And the fact that she was 21 when she made that album is insane to me. But yeah, I think it's a 6.5. It's a solid middle of the road album. There's some gems on there for sure. Some things I could go without. And I would go to an Adele concert. One hundo P. I'd go to Munich and see her.
Fun for you.
Take up shop in the
Yeah.
temp amphitheater.
Okay. Well, that was 30 by Adele. Let's get into rides or dies. I want Anthony to lead us off.
I shall. So, on the spirit of we got a female
It's
driven
Ocean
album,
Eyes.
female heavy yeah, movie. Yeah, so I picked Billie Eilish, who admittedly I don't know a lot about either. I do believe her brother produces her music, which I think is kind of cool that they're keeping it in the family. Um, but I had a friend show me this song a few years back, and it sonically resonated with me right off the get go. I think her voice is really beautiful, and the way it's kind of layered in this song is great. But also the bass and the sub bass in the background is really, I think, complimentary. There's a remix to this track, Ocean Eyes by I don't know the art. It's like Astronomy or something, and that remix doesn't do anything compared to what the original does sonically to me. Because I was gonna bring the remix, but then I listened back and was like, this one's way fucking better. So beautiful song. I think the imagery in it's awesome, but again, the bass and the kicks behind it really impact the way her vocals are delivered. So had y'all heard this before?
Yeah, so this is how I discovered Billie Eilish because when I first listened to her, it was when she only had this EP out, and this was the first song that I had heard. There's another big song on that EP.
Oh wow.
I can't remember which one. But yeah, I was obsessed with the song then in 2018. I'm still obsessed with it. I listened to that EP like a shit ton, like probably way more than I probably should have. Honestly, as a like middle 20s, mid 20s guy, I don't know, but it just resonated with me. I don't want to be you anymore. That's the other popular one. Um, but yeah, I think it rocks. I think she's a great singer. I think this song is really good. I haven't listened to anything past When We All Fall Asleep, Where Do We Go? But I should honestly listen to more. But yeah, rides for me, 100%.
I was just trying to figure out what TV show I heard this song on a long time ago. I want to
Oh,
say, unfortunately, it was a show called 13 Reasons Why.
That
Um,
sounds right.
yeah, but this song's awesome. I love the song. I don't really know much about Billie Eilish, but this is a hard ride for me. Like the little like beat, it's kind of Lorde-esque
True.
in a way. And you know how we feel about Lorde on this side of the table.
Pure
So
Heroin, greatest album ever made.
lovely.
greatest pop album ever made.
Greatest album in
Yeah,
general.
well,
Better than any
it's
album ever.
amazing. But yeah, this song's really good. And I was like, when I saw that you sent it over, I was like sick. Like, it's just knew immediately. So yeah,
Fuck yeah.
great pick. And
Fuck
way to
yeah.
stay in theme. Not only are you staying with the female theme, you're also staying with like the spacey, like dreamscape theme.
Dude,
It's
it
Mulholland Drive.
that's my type of track right there.
Yep.
I would like if ever I get to play music live, like that has to get in there somehow. People need to hear this in a crowd,
hmm
sonically. So, hell yeah.
Trey,
All
what'd
right,
you
who would
bring?
like to go next? Trey?
I brought a song called Seville by
Is that the reason
Pinback.
you picked it?
Someone sent me this song the other day, and they were like, "Yo, it's your name." And I listened to it, and I was like, "Not only is it my name, but it's really fucking good." And I've actually listened to Pinback before. They have a song called Lobo that I actually might have brought to the pod. I can't remember,
Thank you,
but
man.
it's really good. It's kind of this like. I think they call it shoegaze is the genre that Pinback is. So just kind of also in like a dreamscape type of deal. And I love that it's my last name, just misspelled.
Yeah, slightly.
Yeah.
Um, Yeah, I listened to it when I ran out to get Zins earlier, and I was like, did he pick this song just because it's Seville? And I still enjoyed it. I
Yeah.
thought it was like kind of went on a little too long for me, but it still rides. I
Okay.
still liked it. It
All
was
right.
cool. But yeah, not a bad pick. If it doesn't die, it rides. That's the rule.
Makes sense.
Yeah, I'd say it rides too. I don't know. Pinback the name doesn't sound familiar, but I really like the vibe that this track delivers. So, and admittedly, let it keep playing. Tracks after the fact because I mean it's a nice vibe to sit into. So, wouldn't mind doing a Pinback album. And honestly, I don't think I've heard shoegaze before, but or like the term used before. But if it's like this, I mean, I could get down with it.
Yeah,
So,
it's
good
just kind of
pick.
like
Do you
dreamy.
feel
Like,
like you?
sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
I was gonna say, did you felt this like was this track made for you, Trey? Do you feel like you should get some ownership rights to
I
this? I
think
used
I
to
should
think
at
I owned
least
every
get.
Anthony's Car
Yeah,
Wash.
I feel like Pinback should at least sponsor the podcast.
True. I think that's fair.
Okay,
Yeah, but like I don't
fair.
know,
That's fair.
the lyrics are kind of interesting. It's not really like about all too much. I feel like it's just about some like sad little song about some girl or something. So that's also kind of up my alley.
True.
Kind of your
So
lane.
yeah,
Yeah.
Very
cool.
true.
Blake.
Hell
All
yeah.
right, so I brought a old gem, older, not really old, from All American Badass, which is Joey Badass's album that came out. I think it was what was it, 2016,
2017.
2017. Very politically charged album. So this song is not like the rest of the album. This one is kind of like poppy almost in a sense, but such a summer song to me. Like absolutely summer vibes. Makes me want to dance. Makes me happy. It's got a good positive energy with it. And yeah, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was great. I think this song is great. I think there's a lot of songs on All American Badass that are good. I know Trey has gone back and forth with that album. I think I might have brought the Schoolboy Q one as well. But yeah, what did you guys think?
Anthony, you want to go first?
Let's see. So when you bring an artist that has dollar signs in the name, I instantly
I
go,
knew
"Oh
he was
gosh,
gonna
where are
say
we
that.
going? Where are we going? How much is this going to turn me off?" And so I listened to it, and I wasn't really turned off by it. I'm not like greatly attracted to Joey Badass, or I've not listened to a lot of his music really, but there is a sample in this song, and I just looked at who sampled in it. They didn't have any credits on samples, but the horns give me Spotty Ollie. How do you say that? Spotty Ollie Dopalicious
Yeah.
Outcast vibes.
Hmm.
I mean, it's like identical. Is it not the sample from that?
Could
He
Did
came
be.
out
y'all
this.
recognize that at all?
I
It's
didn't
very
catch it.
subtle, and it's like halfway towards the track.
I think it's
Um,
just a similar horn
you may have
line.
to.
I just heard it when I'm listening to it
Okay.
right now.
Yeah. Well, it was enough for me to give it a ride because I'm
Mm.
like, damn, if they're rehashing that sample, I really enjoy it. But if they're paying homage to the sample, then I'll give them credit for that too. So it rides for me.
Fuck yeah.
Word. I actually remember where I was when I listened to this album because it was kind of a big deal because it came out after like there was 1999 and then Badass, and both of those albums are
Yep.
amazing.
Yep.
And I was at the Birmingham airport and I was flying to Denver. Don't
Nice.
remember why, for what reason, couldn't tell you, but I remember that I was listening to this record. This song rides. The I used to be so devastated. Yeah, exactly. Just you get the
So
shoulder
much
bop going
bounce.
in there. Yeah, I don't really know what Joey Badass has been up to recently. Looks like he put something out in 2022. I don't know why I said it like that. But yeah, give rides all around.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Rides all around.
pretty
Doesn't happen
solid
often.
after a big break.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Come out with heaters.
Yep.
Hell yeah.
All right. Well,
All
now
right.
Oh God,
now
Anthony, you're not gonna be happy.
now it's unfortunately time to talk about Mulholland Drive. So, Trey, you landed on David Lynch movie. You picked this. Tell us a little bit about why you picked it.
Okay, so I picked this because first off, obviously David Lynch is like a really big deal in the cinema world.
Yeah.
People really like his stuff. People really like Twin Peaks, the TV show, which was his whole thing. He has a very unique style, which I think is why Anthony brought the what do we call that category? I guess.
Yeah.
The category. I picked Mulholland Drive because it was after I like looked up his films, it's like the most popular and like the most highly regarded. I really enjoyed it. I liked the stylistic, like almost like the pastelly, like weird like camera things that were going on. The story was pretty difficult to follow. I will admit that. I think I should probably watch it again. But I did, Anthony, you'll be proud of me. I put my phone down. I took my watch off because I can do
Nice.
stuff on my Apple Watch. Apple Watch
Please
sponsor
sponsor
us.
us.
While I'm, whatever, and put my computer away, and I did pay attention, but it was inarguably it was very confusing. And I don't know if it's because I'm stupid, but
By design.
the
By
girl
design.
changing characters and stuff that was confusing. It was confusing for me, but it was good.
Gotcha.
I enjoyed
Blake.
watching it.
Yeah, I hated it for pretty much all those reasons. Thought it made no
No, why'd you hate it? Why'd you hate it, Blake?
because it's really difficult to follow. It makes no fucking sense. Like I could never figure out what the hell the story even was. Like I couldn't ever get a grasp on like what I'm supposed to be watching or paying attention to, and like it was just weird. It felt like a bad acid trip. Like I just did not enjoy it at all. Just thought it was. I just didn't like it. Didn't like
It's a
anything
face
about
of
it.
disappointment.
Like not a single redeeming
No,
quality about it, to be honest. Like that's how I
well,
felt.
as your opinion, right? Now, with this movie, David Lynch films, this was both y'all's first Lynch movie, period,
Correct.
right?
Yeah.
So, like, you picked the coup de grace David Lynch headspace to jump into, and I knew, and like I knew, I didn't know, but I had a feeling this was going to kind of come about just because that's such an undertaking that movie is, all his films highly reward rewatching because it's like watching. I mean, it's hard to make sense of it the first time. I mean, because it's all being delivered to you as is, right? But then when you go back and watch it, kind of knowing what's to come, you can start to put pieces together. And I think that's the beauty of David Lynch films is that they're extremely surreal. All of his films have these elements to it where there's just, the creature behind the Winky's Diner. That's like a staple out of Lynch films, but it's who does that character represent? There's the dream sequences, and when you realize, spoiler for if you haven't watched this movie, go watch it. But like, you know, all up until the last 40 minutes of the movie is in reality it's a dream. It's like when you start to pull back the curtains in David Lynch films, you'll start to see all these connections within all of his films. And the real like core of this movie is reflective of the Wizard of Oz. I mean, there are tons of references to the Wizard of Oz in this one. And I had recently watched Wild at Heart before we picked this movie, and that one also is heavy thematically involved with Wizard of Oz. The 40-minute mark in this movie is when like there's like a tornado and car crash, and like then you get to the how do you say, the theater, right? And the theater scene is where shit really starts to kind of kick off in another direction. But if you understand this movie the first watch through, I would highly debate that, because again, it is so deep and so heavy and so dense with just themes and mysteries. Another uh film series that I think was inspired by this movie is the X trilogy. Blake, you texted me saying your friend was going to watch the X trilogy, but if you look at the X trilogy as a whole, it is not unlike Naomi Watts' character going through this movie, where she's into Hollywood and she's very excited and all the glitz and glamour, and then the reality of Hollywood starts to set in, which is, that directors or not directors don't have a say. That was like a theme in this movie. The director's like, I don't, not picking her. She's not the girl. She's not the girl. And then all these other forces start to come into play, which is like this underbelly of Hollywood saying, it doesn't matter what you want. This is not your movie. There's like a line that says, this is not your movie anymore, and that is crazy to do in 2001 because David Lynch is in Hollywood, but he's like, I don't give a fuck. Like this is the dark side of it. I think that's a crazy ass scene. The the another kind of connection with that X trilogy is the rehearsals of lines. And there's a scene where Naomi Watts and the other female lead are like in the kitchen just rehearsing a scene. And I don't remember the lines, but it's something like I'm gonna kill you or something like that, right? Then she goes to the audition later on in the film, same exact lines, but the scene is delivered completely different, where it's very seductive and very like trying to kind of sleaze up to this guy to then stab him in the throat. There's little things like that that I think are just fantastically done and delivered in this movie. Um, and the theater silencio. Like that scene at the theater is pretty wild. What were y'all's thoughts on that? Where the lady is singing her heart out, but then she falls down and the sound is still going. What did y'all think about that?
I thought it was like a weird like glitch thing that he was playing through. Like it was supposed to be, I don't know, like everyone was supposed to be confused. I didn't really understand that either. I'll
Yeah.
be honest. I enjoy, I'm telling you, I did
Okay, that's
like watching it, but I was just like confused pretty much the whole time.
Yeah, and that's the thing is like that scene made me uncomfortable because the whole movie made me uncomfortable because I didn't know what the fuck was going on. I don't know. Maybe I need to rewatch it. Maybe rewatching it will help.
well, dig into it. I'll say this: y'all both should watch this documentary. It's called Lynch slash Oz, and it just dives into David Lynch and it dives into his work and how his work has been influenced by all other things. It focuses mostly on the Wizard of Oz, but the framework of the story of the Wizard of Oz and how it's you don't the first time you watch the Wizard of Oz, you don't know what you're kind of into. You just have to kind of buy into the world, and I think that's something that is important with David Lynch films. Now that you kind of know a little bit of what you're getting into, is that you just have to go along for the ride. You can't be too hypercritical because it's not about it being like this is David Lynch doing what he wants to do. And David Lynch is such a character that at this point in his career, he's already made, Blue Velvet. He's already made some wild movies that are kind of set in tone for what's to come. But not many people can say that Mulholland Drive was their first David Lynch movie in this kind of context. So it's an experience that y'all are having, but I don't discredit it because, yeah, the first time I watched this movie, by the end, I was like, what the fuck? Like, what did I even just watch? And I think that type of feeling that it leaves you with, like for me personally, makes me want to go deeper and try to figure it out.
Hmm.
Yeah,
That,
maybe
Blake, you
upon rewatch it might click a little more for me,
Maybe you'll be
but
smarter in the future.
yeah, maybe. And I think
Because
like
I get it.
oh yeah.
Yes.
I think what also pissed me off is the New York Times list of the top 500 movies of the 21st century. They had Mulholland Drive over No Country for Old Men, and that pissed me the fuck off. So then I watched it, and it made me even more angry because I love No Country for Old Men, and I think it should be the number one movie, and it wasn't. So that bothered me.
well, this was number two,
Yeah,
wasn't it?
yeah.
What was number one then?
Yeah. So
Parasite.
I was
Oh,
gonna.
yeah, that's right.
What was number one? Oh, Parasite.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. So I mean that there's this movie. People have been able to sit with it for 25 years, 24 years. So there's a lot to get out of this, but yeah, to get it on the first try is a huge ask of yourself. But even the second try, like when I watched it again and going into this rewatch, I was like, well, I have an idea of what's to happen, and then even that didn't help. I still have to kind of just go along and see what I can catch along the way. Um, but uh, but yeah, I would say if y'all wanted a next Lynch movie to watch besides the documentary, watch Wild at Heart. It's got Nick Cage and the girl from Jurassic Park. Oh shit, I
I
can't
want to
remember
watch
her
Twin
name.
Peaks, the TV
Anyway,
show.
Is that a show he did?
Yeah, yeah. Twin Peaks is
that's
a TV
yeah
show and
that that
and a movie, right?
it's multiple seasons. There's like I think two original seasons,
And
then
they
there's
pick
Twin
up on
Peaks:
it
The
way later.
Return,
Yeah.
and then there's Fire Walk with Me, which is crazy film. Trey, if you want my opinion, get some other Lynch things under your belt first because that is literally him doing everything he wants to do. So like this movie's I don't want to. I mean, it's kind of tame
I've watched the
compared to
first two
Twin
episodes
Peaks.
of it and I liked it.
Yeah, the first season is very digestible. Like
Okay.
it's very not
Interesting.
not super out there,
It's like a
but it
murder
just
mystery
continues to
thing at the
spiral.
beginning.
I could get with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it continues to spiral. And I haven't seen The Return, but I have seen Fire Walk with Me, which is kind of the film companion to Twin Peaks. But that one is insane, and I love it. But it is insane in the best of ways. Here we go.
So our categories. I'm not good at this. Summer classic, boxing movie, remake of an older movie, film adaptation of a book, Spinner's Choice, and the Wheel of Fate and Time, Wheel of Fate and Time, Wheel of Fate, and remake of an older movie.
Okay, okay. Well, let me read off what we're not going to watch. Okay. So for summer
All right.
classic, I had Everybody Wants Some by Richard Linklater. Highly recommend that. It's like the spiritual sequel to Dazed and Confused. Baseball college summer movie. Excellent. Boxing movie would have been a good one, but Guy Ritchie's Snatch with Brad Pitt. It's fucking awesome boxing movie. Not what you're thinking as far as boxing goes, but it's a wild one. Book adaptation. This was gonna be. I wish it would have been on this one, but Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas would have been pretty
Nice.
sick. All right, but we are gonna watch a remake of this old film called Taking of Pelham 123. It's got Denzel
Oh,
and
fuck
John
yeah.
Travolta. It's a banger.
Yeah,
It's a
nice.
banger. So,
Nice.
all right.
Sweet.
I actually have a fun story about this movie. I'll just go ahead and tell it now. So we went to go see this movie in theaters one time, me and my dad did, and we got like 15 minutes into the movie, and then the projector shut off.
Oh, okay.
And so we had to leave, and we went and saw She's the Man instead. And that became like one of my favorite movies as a kid.
He's the
Yeah.
man. Hilarious. Hilarious.
Uh-huh. All right, cool. And now we're on to
Music.
music, the music one. Album ain't nobody has listened to. Live album, hip hop classic. Album listened to ages 10, 14. Spinner's Choice.
Hit it.
Do you like my?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's good.
The Wheel of Fate and Time, Wheel of Fate and Time, Wheel of Fate and
Barely.
Barely. I'm very excited about this, and let me tell you why. I think I had this on the list last week as well.
Okay.
So I guess should I list the other ones like Anthony did? I will. Album Ain't Nobody Listened To. That was going to be Stevie Wonder's Songs in the Key of Life.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
a top 5 of all time album on Rolling Stone.
Nice.
And I figured we'd never listen to it.
I've definitely never listened to it.
Live album was going to be Live at Fillmore East by the Allman Brothers.
Oh,
And then albums listened to age 10 to 14 was going to be the Blink-182 self-titled album. So you dodged that today, but it will be back.
Hey.
Dodge that, boy.
So the album, the one that I chose, Hip Hop Classic, is going to be All Eyes on Me by Tupac. Been wanting to do a Tupac album for a while.
That's a double album, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a big one.
it is.
But I really like it, and I figured it would be fun to talk about Tupac a little bit. We've done a Biggie album. We've done 2 Biggie albums, actually.
True.
We've done a Nas album. So, it's time to kind of conquer this part of Mount Rushmore in hip-hop.
Good pick.
Legend. Thank you.
Before
pick.
before
Thank
we
you.
sign
So-
off, do y'all want to look at that album as a whole or disc? Tops and bottoms of disc?
Oh,
or
we should do the whole
all the
album.
above. Okay. Gotcha. All
Because I
right.
think it's long, but I think
It's not
worth
like
it.
unbearable. Yeah, it's 26 tracks,
27.
7 tracks.
It just might be
Yeah.
hard to pick, but
Well, we can
find
split.
some good ones.
We can split up the conversation between disc 1 and disc 2. We can
Yeah.
do top songs for disc 1, top songs for disc 2.
Okay. Sounds like a plan.
Cool.
Dope.
Hell yeah.
All right. Well, sorry for the technical issues, Anthony. If you need help editing that, just let me know. But should be easy enough.
Yeah. We'll clean it up. Clean it up. So, all right.
Yeah.
Welcome
Fun
to this.
week.
This is the second time we've ever had an in-person. Went pretty well,
Yeah.
I would say.
There's some hiccups.
There's some hiccups, but we figured it out.
We'll figure it
One day we'll all 3 be in the same place. We
There
can
we
make like a podcast trip.
Yeah, that would be
Ooh.
That would
sick.
actually be fun. That would
We
be fun.
could bang out like 15 episodes.
Yeah, just like an episode an hour for 15 hours straight.
Yeah.
All expense paid.
Yep.
So, there we go.
Yeah, we'll charge the company.
Exactly.
Obviously.
Exactly.
All right.
All right, dope, Anthony. Thanks for joining, and we'll talk to you soon.
Sounds good.
Peace.